up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Witches and Weebs Fandom Friday Reacts. Hooray!
Yay!
Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you are not. I am Zari.
And I'm Space.
And today we will be diving into episode 33 of the Apothecary Diaries after watching episode 32 for like 3 times. But it's okay, because we picked up on things that we did not pick up on the first 2 times we watched it. So go us.
Yes. Go us, for real. Rewatching does in fact add nuance and enjoyability, so you should do it. At least once or twice.
Once or twice, and then go to the next episode. Unless you're binging. If you're binging, don't listen to us. Watch it, and then watch it again, and then watch it again, and then watch it again. If it's an anime that you like to watch, because then you'll be like, I didn't notice that before. I didn't notice that before.
How many animes have I binge watched like that? Crazy amounts.
Last episode was about the Empress Dower and how she believes that she cursed the emperor, the late emperor, the previous emperor, because he was a sack of shit and he deserved to die. And for some reason, when he and his mother, the previous Empress Dower, died within minutes apart, her body deteriorated to fucking back, but his body is still preserved. Like
the man
who
doth not oh my goodness, decompose. The man who does not decompose.
For some reason. Now. And current Empress Dower thinks that she cursed him. So now Mau Mau's on the case. Detective Mau Mau is on the case.
Yeah, and honestly was not expecting the Empress Dower to be like so sympathetic of a character, but absolutely sympathetic. Not the bad guy. Now I'm completely off guard of who is controlling everything that's going on, but
I want to know why the late emperor's body is not deteriorating. That's weird. How do you preserve a body besides ice? But there's no ice in there. So how the hell is he not deteriorating?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that at all.
Maybe this episode might give us answers. Maybe. I'm not banking on it, but maybe. The episode is called The Late Emperor, so maybe. But if I learned anything from Apothecary Diaries, it's that we don't get answers until like 5 or 6 episodes after we got whatever we got from that episode. So this is gonna be fun.
Honestly, I don't expect us to get an episode answer for at least 4 to 5 episodes now.
And if we do, okay. Well then shit, it's the one time that we were wrong about not getting answers immediately. So
this one seems like it'll be a little bit of a longer plot line, probably because it's with the Empress Dower.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who the big bad
I feel like
might
it's gonna
be.
take yeah, but either way, let's get started for sure because I wanna find out what's going on.
The story is a work of fiction. With real life problems.
So cute.
I know, I love her in her outfit like that. Oh, he's only been dead for 6 years?
Yeah, wow.
Dang, I thought he was dead for longer than that.
Yeah.
And his body is still like that for 6 years. Crazy.
Well, I don't know if they know that though. They only looked at it a year after burial and it was still not decomposed. What'd she ask?
Here, I'll go back. She wants to go into the room.
I don't really think the Empress Dower needs to do that, to be honest. I think the Emperor would just give you permission.
Right.
Because he likes you.
She gotta make sure. Oh my god. Accurate depiction of how Mau Mau sees this woman.
For sure.
宮月かはっきりせず、よその宮にも顔を出す女官なんて、次女頭からすれば好ましいはずがない。私自身、自分の立場がよくわからない時がある。
That, I mean, you're a little bit of everything. You're detective, you're apothecary, you're lady in waiting, you're food tester.
Oh, that's cute.
読める機会に読んでおかないと。趣味の合う本があるといいけど。
Romance.
結構若いな。
I love a good romance novel.
Listen, so long as she's reading.
ご安心を。盗もうなどと考えておりません。わかってるわよ。子供のおもちゃですか？
Oh.
ジンシ様のお気に入りたちよ。マンマンはジンシ様をどう思う？
いい上司だと思います。
What else do you think about Jinshi? Stop deflecting!
まあいいわ。これでばかり遊ぶから。ジンシ様からこっそり隠したものなの。でもそうなると手がつけられないくらい泣いてしまって。
他にもおもちゃはございますよ。
Damn, Gaoshin's a little seasoned too.
どうにかしようとガオシュンが苦労していたわ。
どうして取り上げたのですか？
一つのものに執着するとそればかり見てしまう。それが許される立場に生まれた人ではないからよ。嫌でも背伸びして大きくなってもらわなくてはいけなかった。それがジンシ様の母君の願いだったから。
That's so sad.
Which mother? His mother or his mother?
だんだん見せるようになった子供っぽい部分。あれもジンシ様の本質の一つなんだろう。それでいて周りからは麗しの宦官扱い。おかしな話だ。この絵は。
あら、こんなところに。捨てろと言われていたのに。
何だったんだ？
What? Yeah, what was it? I'm trying to figure out what it was too.
いいわよ。ただの小石よ。一体どこで拾ってきたのかしらね。
すぐに取り上げたのですか？
ええ、拾った石なんて清潔じゃないでしょ。
正解です。毒ですから。
どういうこと？
それはこちらが聞きたいです。なぜこんなものが落ちていたのか。ジンシ様は幼い頃、内廷に入ることがありましたか？
ええ、多少は。でも、それがどうしたというの？
今は何も言えません。一つの仮説がある。けれど証拠がない。睡蓮様、明日になれば皇太后様の言う呪い、先帝のご遺体が腐らなかった理由もはっきりします。それまでお待ちいただけますか？
I do like how she's growing as a character because she's slowly but surely not making decisions and opinions on conjecture.
鼻につく匂い、カビの匂いだけではなさそうだ。穂先が平たく揃えられた筆。やはりこれは。先帝は絵を描く趣味があったのでしょうか？
一度だけ描いていただいたことがあります。ここだけの秘密だとおっしゃっていました。皆に知られたら取り上げられてしまうからと。
動揺している？ジンシ様の癖だ。本人は冷静を装ってるつもりだろうけど。
You're just perceptive, Mao Mao. A normal, regular person who's not paying attention wouldn't notice that.
No, she's just perceptive about him.
True.
先帝はずっとこの部屋で絵を描かれていましたか？
それはわかりませんが、先帝がこの部屋にこもるようになってからは同じものがついていたはずです。
その方を呼べますか？
確かまだ働いていたと思いますが。
呼びましょう。
触ってもいいですか？
どうぞ。
思ったより硬い。それに独特な匂いもする。床には半透明のかけら、必死に拭き取ろうとしたような汚れもある。そしてその汚れは壁に近づくほど増えている。柔らかい。分厚い紙を何重にも貼っているのか。頑丈にするためか、表面に塗料も塗られている。呪いには大方見当がついていたけど、もう一つどうでもいいことがわかりそうだ。
連れてきました。
あなたは？
やんごとなきお人の部屋を任されるにはかなり高齢に見えるけど。お聞きしたいことがあるのですが。
この人は元奴隷です。また喋れません。
わかりました。そういうことか。口が聞けない人を選んで使用人にすることはままある。常に人の目にさらされるやんごとなき方ならなおさらだ。では首を振るだけで構いません。この部屋に絵などはありませんでしたか？何かあったと思いますが。小娘の話など聞く耳はないということか。いや、違う。何かを隠している。
He might be.
壁に何かあるのですか？この壁紙、剥いでもいいでしょうか？やめろとでも言わんばかりだな。
Ooh.
構わないわ。どうせ壊されるのだもの。それで何かわかるならば。
He, a little suspect.
Ooh, he did not want that. Oh, it's probably a case of he was told by the Emperor not to tell anybody.
Yeah, I
And
believe
he's
that.
still loyal.
Okay.
なんだそれは。
選定が書かれたものでしょう。
Wow.
選定の人間性に興味はない。
Me neither.
ただ
I hate the fact that he
国の
was
働きに立ったために本当の才能を生かすことなくなくなったのだろう。それだけの力がこの絵にはある。この女性が着ている衣の色、これは幽王という石を砕いて作った絵の具だと思います。幽王はひどくと同じ毒性を持っています。そしてひどくには物を腐りにくくする作用があります。
Damn. So he was using a lot of that.
壁紙か何かに使われた幽王を知らず知らずのうちに体に取り込んでいたのではと考えていました。ですがこの部屋にある筆の形状を見て違う可能性が出てきました。幽王を元にした顔料を使っていたのです。幽王に含まれるひどくは少しずつ先帝の体に取り込まれていったのでしょう。亡くなられる頃には全身に回っていたはずです。隠れるようにして絵を描き続けたこの
Damn.
帝ともあろうお方が絵を描くなんてとんでもないと、少なくとも周りはそう捉える。だからバカ殿と呼ばれた先帝でも公にはしなかった。口の聞けない奴隷の従者に部屋の管理を任せていたのもそのためだろう。まだ弾力がある。この下に一体何枚ある。
That's what I want to know too. What the heck?
これほど多くの絵となると道具を用意したのはおそらく先帝の母である女帝。この絵の女性は分かっていたのだ。自分の子が帝にふさわしい器ではないことを。だから偶然帝の地位を手に入れた悪を守ろうと自分のもとに権力を集めた。たとえ女帝と呼ばれるようになったとしても。このために何でもした女帝が最後に与えたのがこの場所と絵を描く道具だった。毒だとは知らずに。 なんという皮肉だろう。
As parents do for their children, really.
ええ、十分な働きでした。
まるで早急の彼方にいる誰かに問いかけているみたいだ。なんて感傷的になってるな。
Yeah, look at you indeed.
Yeah, for
Girl.
real.
Emotion and Mau Mau?
はあ、腹が立つ。かすれていてもなお、あの方の存在感は大きいのね。私はこの絵の中にいるのかしら。いいえ、所詮私など通り過ぎるだけの存在。ここにある傷跡のおかげで国母としての今があるに過ぎない。偶然先帝の手にかかり身ごもった幼い娘。
She was a baby.
確かにそんな娘はいただろう。しかし帝の性癖のことはあらかじめ知っていた。父は文官で母は側室。そして幼い顔の割には所長が来るのが早かった私を父は都合のいい道具として利用したのだ。
Her mom was also his concubine too?
高級には19妃の次女として入った。妃は腹違いの姉。長よ花よと育てられた姉は父の思惑など知る由もなかった。
ねえアンシ、早く飾りをつけてちょうだい。
はい、お姉様。
ついに今夜帝がいらっしゃるのね。この前遠目にお見かけしたけど、とても美しい方だったの。
そうですか。
お待ちしておりました。
Oh no, he's hot. I hate it.
I mean,
Oh no, he's crazy. No, probably not crazy, just...
yeah, he's not attracted to me because I know he's disgusting.
その姿はとても国の頂点に立つ者には思えなかった。次女ならば妃を慰めるか帝に比礼を浴びるかすればよかったのだ。けれど大丈夫でしょうか。帝の目は確かにこちらを捉えた。野心に満ちた少女の目を。
Girl, you can't be possibly a fucking full of ambition at 13. You're brainwashed.
何度も命の危険にさらされた。幸運だったのは子が男子で女帝が孫であると認めてくれたことだろう。よしよし、はいはい。以前女児を産んだ娘がいた。娘は先帝の子だと言い張ったが、先帝に知らぬと否定され、その父親とされたイカンが女児と共に追放された。当時イカンだけは皇宮内で去勢を免れていたから、それ以来イカンも去勢を義務付けられた。この腹の手術をした者も不憫なことこの上ない。
Is that Mama's dad?
Yeah, adopted.
皇宮に残された。彼女が皇宮を出ることは一生ないだろう。それからさらに時が経ち、少女の外見で亡くなった私に先帝は会いに来ようとはしなかった。
Of course he did.
また皇宮が拡張するそうね。
はい、師匠様が進言なさったとか。
そう、皇宮はどんどん大きくなり、私と同じ使命を帯びた幼い娘たちが次々にやってきた。 女帝の傀儡としてのみ存在し、幼い娘にしかまともに話しかけられない情けない男。そんなものに忘れられるのは許せなかった。
Okay.
私が怖いですか？私が大人の女になったから？それともこの腹の傷がネアの中、許しを請うて怯える男をいたぶった。男に手をかけられた幼い娘たち、偉大な母である女帝よりも深く思い出につなぎ止めるために。その後先帝は心を壊してあの胸に引きこもった。誰のせいかなんて追求する気も起きない。
I mean, do I blame her? She took the vigilante
部
role.
屋で女帝である母と野心のない娘たちばかり思い描いていたのだろう。一度だけ私を描いてくれた。その絵もとても大事にしていたけれど、睡蓮に捨てるように。
Okay, so that's what it
私は
was.
必要ない。私が先帝にとって必要ないように。
昔あの方が私たちの元へ来たことがありましたね。
ええ、何年前だったかしら。
あの時こんなものを
Her voice is actually very deep, and she fakes having a higher voice.
この石が。
今朝睡蓮がようやく返してくれました。
そう。不義の子と言われようと、取り違えられた子であろうと、大切な子に違いないのに。
一度私はあの絵を見たことがある気がします。年若い娘の絵で淡く色付けされていました。この石を拾ったのはその絵を覚えていたからでしょう。
捨てろと言ったはずなのに。
昔あなたは好んでこの色を着ていらっしゃいましたね。
No, no, don't do that. Don't do that at all.
It's her he painted.
たまたまよ。
あの絵の女性は本当に女帝なのでしょうか？
No.
あの時あの方は何を伝えようとしたのでしょう？
知らないわ。知ろうとしないことを選んだ。それよりもあなた、ずいぶん面白い女官に目をかけているようですね。
なかなか使えるものです。
Ugh, please.
そうね。でも、
Uh-huh.
それが全てではないこと。
Yes, there is.
何年も見てきたのだから。お気に入りは隠しておかないと、誰かに隠されてしまうわよ。
Foreshadowing? 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 Question mark? Foreshadowing?
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
That's definitely foreshadowing.
Oh god.
Mau Mau's definitely getting taken. That's foreshadowing, no doubt in my mind. But what a good episode. And the Empress? What a lady.
That is
Oh my
a lady.
god.
But I can't help but feel a little bit like now she's jaded and bitter, but not to the extent of going out of her way to ruin someone else's life. But now that she knows that
I think she's just bitter because of what happened to her, and she never got proper revenge for it, really.
Yeah, she never got the closure. That's why I don't think that she's to the point where she'll ruin someone else's life. But I think seeing the painting and putting the like 2 and 2 together and is like, oh, it is me. I thought it wasn't me, but it is me. Now I'm wondering about the actual emperor and if everything that he did was literally just because his mother told him to. And his mother like groomed him and conditioned him like, you can only have young girls because you have to have the finest and healthiest of babies, and you have to have the best consorts and concubines because girls are easily manipulated. Little girls are easily manipulated. And so I feel like if the emperor, the late Empress Dower,
I'm just wondering if maybe she just knew his tastes and knew that she would have to feed into it.
maybe.
Because I don't know if it was a case of her grooming him like that. I think that he was just pathetic and stunted, where she knew that he was only ever going to be interested in little girls.
Yeah, because apparently older women touching him sends him into a frenzy of freaking out.
Yeah, so I think it was a case of he was so attached to his mother that he was never going to accept another adult woman in his life. He could only speak to little girls because that was all he related to. He was always his mother's son. He never grew up mentally.
That poor guy. It's just
Like, yeah,
as much
he
his
kinda had-
mom's fault than it is his fault too.
It's definitely his environment and how he was raised for sure.
Because as a parent, you know right from wrong. You're an adult. And even if you see that your kid is struggling, you help them. You don't feed into that struggle. And if that was the case, she was feeding into his struggle. And that didn't help anybody.
No, you don't feed into the struggle. You have to try and correct it. That was an episode for sure. The Empress Dower, that's a lady.
She better not touch
I can't
Mau Mau.
believe. No, I don't think so. I think she likes Mau Mau.
It's very hard to dislike Mau Mau, honestly.
Yeah, I think she likes Mau Mau. You can kind of tell that she was not. I think she is also just kind of protective of Jinshi.
Which is fair, that's her son. So, makes sense.
That was an episode. I enjoyed it thoroughly, though. And I'm surprised we did get an answer to why the emperor died.
Or why his body didn't decompose, which now, I wonder why she called Jinshi the immortal child.
Not
I wonder if
immoral.
it had to do with them.
Immoral.
Immoral? Oh, I
Not
thought it
immoral.
said immortal. I'm like, immortal?
No.
It was the babies.
Immoral.
They swapped the babies.
Yeah, I think she knows she obviously knows that's the emperor's child. Current emperor's
Yeah.
child.
But she's treating him like her son, which is great because that's her grandbaby. Biologically grandbaby.
And she did say a precious child nonetheless.
He is, and I love him, and he's so cute.
So I like the fact that she still referred to him as precious, regardless of what he was born out of.
Right. Like, that's
So.
my son's kid, who I'm taking on as my son. There's no way to look at that poorly unless it's like, well, this isn't my kid, so I don't want him. Like, regardless, that baby is still part of your blood, so.
And it's a child. It's innocent. It's complete purity.
I wonder.
Don't take it out on the child.
Now I'm wondering if they did that because she didn't want him to be the emperor, because she didn't think that he would be fit, and he might, a very, very little chance to me, but would turn out like the late emperor, because I don't really think that Jinshi would be mentally prepared or ready to be an emperor either.
But he doesn't give me that kind of, I don't think that was the reason at all. I think it was a case of,
No, I'm just theory crafting. This is what I think. That's what's going on through my head. I'm thinking,
I think
like,
that you're not, I think you're being a little cruel to Jinshi. I think he's actually pretty fucking smart.
No, I'm not saying that.
To compare him to being mentally unfit like the previous
said
emperor?
very,
That's a
very
little bit
little.
rude.
And I didn't say mentally unfit. I said that Jinshi might not be emotionally mature enough yet. He's still young. Remember, he's still 19.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be the emperor. He's still not the emperor at this point.
He would be the heir if they let him stay as the emperor's kid.
But she would be banking on him, on the current emperor dying very young for him to be like,
you don't have to die to be
he's not
emperor.
Well, his current father is in line, so yes, the current emperor would have to die for Jinshi to be emperor.
I'm saying, though, I don't think that she would want him to be emperor regardless.
Then that's fine, but I don't think it's because of him being emotionally immature or mentally or any kind of unfit for the role. I think that's more of just a mother being protective of
That's fair.
somebody.
I personally just can't see Jinshi as an emperor. I think he's very well suited for the job that he's doing right now, despite being a
I think that
eunuch.
he would be better off as where he is at. I'm not saying he should be emperor, and I'm not saying that's where he needs to end up, but I was saying that I don't think that he would be a bad emperor.
Oh, he wouldn't be a bad emperor. I just don't think that
I think he'd be actually very good emperor
I think.
because he listens to other people.
Okay.
He's very willing to be like, I don't know enough about this to give you an answer, so I'm gonna talk to somebody who knows more.
Right.
So
When
I think that he would have pretty good skills of dealing with at least other people. I don't know if he'd be able to deal with the politics, and that's a completely different thing. Nobody can deal with the politics. Politics are terrible.
Yeah, and I feel like the thing now is freedom. If Jinshi were to be next in line for the throne as the emperor's son, he would not have the freedom that he has. And when that freedom is taken away
absolutely.
from you, you kind of just like, well, what the fuck?
I think if they switched the child for not wanting Jinshi to be emperor in line for emperor, it was nothing to do with Jinshi. It was a case of, I want my child to be free.
Right, which fair.
I don't think it was a case of, I don't think he's going to be prepared to be the emperor's person in line. I think it's a case of this child deserves to be free of that burden
Right.
that young.
And that's genuinely what I think. I think that I think she wanted Jinshi to have his freedom because
Yeah, I think that was a case. That's the only thing that it was. I think it was a mother being like, no, this is too restrictive for my child. Let's switch him so he's not in line.
right.
That way he can.
I do remember
'Cause
Adwo saying when they
switched-
switched the babies, I want my child, or I'm happy that my child is like growing up in that sort of environment. I don't remember. I'm paraphrasing, but she mentioned that her baby would basically have a better life if they swap the babies.
Oh, yeah.
So
The best of everything. So he'd have all the best toys. He'd have all the best actors, access to all the teachers.
best doctors.
So yeah, there was no way that that's not a better life for him, for freedom. It's not a case of he's not gonna be, because they supposedly switched the babies young, but then we see a flashback where he knows that the man who was his father was actually his brother.
Yeah, but
I
he
don't
was
know.
still in like that palace with them, so they had obviously switched the babies because he grew up there. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell he found out that he knew, like, that's my daddy, and that's
Yeah, like he knew that his father was his father for a while, and then they were like, "Oh no, this is your brother actually," and we're like, "What?"
I'm gonna go back and rewatch that episode because I need to know.
He was at least 4 or 5.
It's very hard to tell
So
in
he knew
anime
for a couple years.
because 4 and 5-year-olds can look 15 and 16 according to anime.
Yeah, that's fair enough. They don't really.
So
That's a thing.
for all we know, he could have been 2, looking like a 4 and 5-year-old.
He could have been 2 walking and talking.
Right, like, yo, what up,
Homie.
daddy? You my daddy, right?
Very good episode. Left me a lot to think about for sure.
I do feel a little bad for the emperor, but also he so it's how I feel about Lock-On. Don't really care about him.
Yeah, honestly, like he has his like reasons to pity him, but he did terrible things.
made his
so I'm
bed,
like,
he
I
laid in
pity
it."
you, but I also want to slap you in the face like 700 times.
Like, could the emperor possibly fought back against whatever was going on? Probably. He just didn't have the support system because his mother was letting him feed into those desires and all that mental unstableness that
She
he
did
had in his
whatever
head.
she did whatever she could to make him happy, which was not actually
Like,
making him happy. It was making him worse.
and it's so crazy because he was very handsome too. And I feel like if he actually just had the right
they could-
support system, then he would have been a bomb ass emperor.
Maybe not a good emperor because we know that he was only really interested in painting,
That's
but he
fair.
certainly would have been able to talk to women.
He would have been able to, as the emperor, make decisions as the emperor and help his people and himself as the emperor. But stunted mentality, mother who just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted, and then they died together. So
Thank God. Oh, sorry. Did I say that?
Yes.
Anyway.
You did.
It's okay. It's okay. Next week we'll have episode 33, and we're probably gonna get a whole new storyline.
You silly goober, this was 33.
Oh, this is 33. We'll have 34 next week. And we're gonna get a whole new storyline foreshadowed by that end of little line by the Empress. I'm telling you. Clocking it right now.
All right, I think that next episode is going to be absolutely nothing about anything that we just watched, and the two fucking envoys are gonna come back, and
forgot about them.
that's gonna be something completely different. This done, no more. We don't give a shit anymore. Apothecary Diaries. It's time for the next thing.
Yeah, we have no idea what's gonna happen next. That's because it's a good point. We still haven't had any word from the blonde convoys.
Like, okay, did I curse the Emperor? Nah, he was just painting with this orpiment substance that he was crushing up into paint to paint you behind these walls, so when they tore it down, nobody would ever see it. Okay, next. That's it. We got our answer. Why was he not decomposing? This. Okay, next episode. Completely different storyline.
Jesus, we're never gonna get what we want.
Never.
But I'm gonna enjoy every second of it.
Very true.
Mia, take us on out of here.
All right, please make sure that you like, comment, and
Whoa.
subscribe. And turn the notification bell on so you know when we are uploading new videos. We will be back next week with episode 34 of the Apothecary Diaries. Will they answer any more questions that we have? Probably not, but we like the anime regardless. So we'll see y'all next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Stay mystical. Mwah, 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 mwah.